What's up, Bulls Nation? You found yourselves locked on Bulls. I'm Matt. That's Big Dave. Coming to you live on YouTube tonight, Tuesday night, following the Bulls' 126-115 win over the Orlando Magic. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan both showing out big right after they're revealed on the cover of the next Slam magazine. We got to talk about the rookie Ayo Dosunmu having a big game and big moments in the fourth on the night when he was named to the Rising Stars roster. That's all ahead on a fresh Locked On Bulls. Let's go.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily podcast on the Chicago Bulls, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Here are your hosts, Matt Peck and Big Dave Watson.
What's up and welcome into Locked On Bulls, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm Matt Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. You can follow my co-host Big Dave Watson at BAWL Sports. Wow. And you can follow us at Locked On Bulls. Shoot us a text or leave us a voicemail at 331-979-1369. Today's episode brought to you by Prize Picks. Check out prizepicks.com and use promo code NBA or go to your app store and download the app today. Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy made easy. Woo, Big Dave. Man, getting a little revenge after that ugly loss to the Magic last week. Man, it doesn't matter what the Bulls do. Wendell Carter always there to tell them, you shouldn't have traded me. He had a monster game tonight. The Magic give the Bulls a little scare in the fourth quarter when they evaporated a Bulls 10-point lead. And it's a tie game, 115-115 with 5.5 minutes to go. The Bulls defense stiffens and they execute offensively. The Magic don't score again, and the Bulls go on to win by 11. But, yes. I mean, to kick things off, how about this night from the Bulls all-star duo of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine? They both showed out, buddy.
They did the damn thing. Listen, Matt, I haven't wanted to beat the Magic this bad since Horace Grant got carried off the court. like for real, dog. I wanted this victory so bad. I wanted to beat because it wasn't just the blowout. It was the crap talking they were doing.
That's
what got me. Oh, man.
And the stomping and the dunking.
Right. They've won 2 games since that happened. Like, you know, I'm like, you are the Orlando Magic. I understand you're young and you're getting better. And you guys are probably only a veteran away from making some real noise in the East. But it ain't gonna be today. You still 11-41, and you're going up against the best team in the East record-wise right now. And I'm glad that they showed them.
Ain't your day.
that works better because of the mustache. It works a little better because of the mustache. I like it. But man, Matt, we were led by the 2 best players on the floor. And that was DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. First of all, like you mentioned, looking super fresh on the cover of the Slam magazine. How cool is that? How awesome
I need
that?
One of those framed on this wall back here.
Yes. Dude, man, it feels good. That just feels good to have Chicago Bulls on national media publications. Again, in a positive way, in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just falling down, like a picture of them falling down or something like that, or missing shots. But no, they're like, no, these dudes are serious. And yeah, it was great. It's great to see them on the cover. But the game tonight, DeMar DeRozan, man, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. This dude, game after game, he does stuff, Matt, and he does stuff in other facets of his game to just make you appreciate him so much more. It ain't just the scoring. We get that, the exquisite ways he scores against everybody. But this time, 10 rebounds with it. Let me dish out these 5 assists with that at the same time. Let me toss in 2 steals. Let me toss in this block also. And then let me toss in 2 or 3 for the 3-point line while I'm at it. He did everything on the floor tonight, man. He was absolutely awesome. Then the young Zach LaVine, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, looking just spry. That dunk he had on that baseline, Matt, when went back around and just, oh no, Key, do you love me? No, I don't.
Stacey gave him the "Sometimes I Dream."
Yes, he did.
He is me. Because, like, legit, like, that looked shot for shot like that iconic MJ move where he fakes and then goes baseline for the dunk, man.
Sure did. It looked amazing, man. And nice shoes, too, also. But, man, dude, like, these two guys, what a luxury just to have this on the team. Even in the fourth quarter, you knew it was DeMar's time coming, but he kept, kind of deferring to Zach. He kept, letting Zach kind of do his thing, him get acclimated, him bring the ball up, him get everybody in their offense. And then when the score got tied, he was like, all right, give me the ball. Let me do what I do. Let me take Wendell on this baseline and hit him with this turnaround fadeaway. Like, and how many times did he have a 3-point play fouled on a jump shot, Matt? Not going to the bucket, getting the lay-in, fouled on a jump shot.
Right.
He's awesome. It just was great to watch them play together.
My favorite one is the one where he got Wendell up in the air, and then as DeMar's falling to the floor and the balls go through the basket, Wendell's going, because he heard the whistle, and he knew he got him. But I want to highlight one play in particular from Zach LaVine early on tonight. The Bulls come out a little flat. Magic 5-0. Billy Donovan quick timeout, like a minute and 10 seconds into the game. Didn't like it, and I had a tweet about it. I was like, early on offensively, like the Bulls, they had a 3 from DeMar, one of the ones he missed, and a missed 3 from Javonte Green, and I'm like, I'm not liking this offensive game plan we got going here. No offense to DeMar and Javonte's 3-point game, but on the next possession down, Zach LaVine said, "To hell with this." Put his head down and got to the bucket. He had a difficult bank from like near the basket, and it could have been an and one, wasn't called, but he still put his head down and got to the basket. And then another time down, put his head down and drew a foul. Zach 8 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. That moment when Zach was like, you know what? Let's go to the freaking paint, because yes, ideally you get your shots going, but how many times do the pros, people like Kendall Gill, people like Stacey Gay tell us, you start inside and work your way out? I don't care that today's NBA is all about 3-point shooting. To get yourself in a rhythm offensively, get easy looks close to the bucket. And Zach LaVine, after a couple of bad Bulls offensive possessions out of the gate tonight, said, I'm getting to the GD rim. And that is the kind of decision-making that has been evidence of Zach's maturation offensively, his decision-making offensively, that is really nice to see.
Two things on that, Matt. I think one thing that also helps and allows him to go to the rim more is the fact that they're calling fouls. When you know that you're blowing the whistle, you're more, you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to go to the rim a little bit more, and not stand back there and shoot threes and shoot jump shots and things like that. Oh, you're calling fouls? I'll go inside now because I know it's worth it for me to do this. That's one. The second thing was, just to piggyback on what you just said, when it was tied at 115 and they made that comeback, Zach LaVine did exactly what you just said. He put his head down, he went right to the bucket and put that joint off the glass and started that big old run to end the big game for the Chicago Bulls, man. He kicked it all off for the Bulls in that fourth quarter, doing exactly what Matt just said, putting his head down, getting to the bucket, scoring the bucket.
And Zach has gotten to that point in his career now where he has to put that on the refs. Hey, I'm driving, I'm drawing contact, blow your dang whistle because I'm drawing contact. And sometimes, even tonight, you see Zach does initiate that contact, and sometimes he doesn't get the call, but he's getting the call a lot more than he did last season and certainly seasons prior. So you like that level of aggression from Zach. And I mean, the Bulls are in this scenario now without Caruso, without Lonzo, where they're going to have some of these wins just by outscoring their opponent, because there were some ugly stretches defensively from the Bulls tonight. No skating around that. And Zach had a couple of very guilty moments himself on the defensive end. But in order to get these wins, sometimes you got to just outscore your opponent. And in order to do that, things need to be running smoothly offensively, and Zach and DeMar need to be leading the way. And they did that tonight. Good to see. We still have to talk about Ayo freaking Dosunmu. Oh, my God. We will do that in just a minute. But first, Big Dave, tell the people out there how they can have so much fun with a little thing called Prize Picks.
Oh, you know what, guys? I wasn't even really into fantasy like that. I said, this daily fantasy, it seems tedious. I don't know how I'm going to get into it. But guess what? I was wrong, man. Prize Picks makes it easy. It is very easy to use. Let me tell you about it. You pick 2 to 5 players and an over-under on their projections, and you can win up to 10 times on any entry, and it's just you versus the projected numbers. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. Did you hear what I said? In 60 seconds or less. It is that easy. Prize Picks is safe and offers fast withdrawals. See, look, you can do stuff like that. You can even do mixed sport entries. All right. You can like take the over on how many blocks Vooch is going to have and combine that with how many touchdowns Joey Smooth is going to throw for the Bengals in the big game coming up on Sunday. You can do that. That's the thing you can do. And Prize Picks, like I said, just doesn't offer NBA. They also have options for college basketball, college football, NFL, MLB, soccer, MMA, ABCD. If that's a sport, guess what? It's offered here at Prize Picks. So guess what? For a limited time, Prize Picks has an exclusive no-brainer for all of the users out there. You get $50 for free. And if a player in the first Prize Picks entry scores a single point, just one little point, but you must use that code NBA, all right? Just use the code NBA. But if they score that single point, y'all, boom, you in there like swimwear. That's right. Exclusive offer. All the Locked On fans. Sign up today. Use that code NBA. $50 for free if a player scores the first Prize Picks entry scores a single point. That's all you need because it's Prize Picks making your fantasy easy. Oh, tingle. That was right there in the chest.
Can't follow that, but today's episode also brought to you by TurboTax Live. That's it's tax season, y'all, and you know what that means. People think unusual circumstances mean complicated taxes, but for TurboTax Live experts, that's what makes things interesting. We all have unique lives, whether you invested in crypto for the first time this year, own an up-and-coming small business, or are raising rambunctious twins. Luckily, TurboTax Live has experts who can answer your tax questions, walk you through the whole process, or just do your taxes from start to finish for you. They help you get every deduction you deserve, no matter your unique situation. And you can talk to a TurboTax Live expert through your phone or computer without leaving the comfort of your home. TurboTax Live experts are here to help you however you need, and if you need an extra hand your taxes off to them, and they'll do it all for you. To TurboTax Live experts, an interesting life can mean an even greater refund. I have an interesting life, Dave. At least I like to think so.
You do.
Give me my excellent refund because my life is interesting. Visit TurboTax.com to learn more. You do your thing. We do our thing. They've got our taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live. All right, rolling along, breaking down this Bulls win over the Orlando Magic. Big Dave, I was watching the NBA on TNT pregame coverage earlier tonight before the Bulls tipped off.
Ooh.
And there in one of those magic little envelopes that they revealed on the set was the name of our own, Chicago's own, Ayo Dosunmu, earning honors as one of the rookies from the 2021 draft class to be part of the Rising Stars competition in All-Star Weekend. And then he went out and had himself yet another game, Dave.
Yeah, man. Matt, it's just it's laughable to me now because I feel like I come here and I say the same things, but I really truly mean it when I say it. I just consistently forget that this dude is a rookie. I consistently forget it when I watch him on the floor, man. He makes everything so easy. Like, and even in that fourth quarter I watched when things got tight, he was the one handling the ball. He was getting the ball on several occasions, bringing that joint up the floor, putting crossovers on Cole Anthony, and then D'ing up Cole Anthony on the other end of the floor, man, clamping that dude up, man. Ayo, man, and he's starting to talk a little bit when he's getting fouls called, which I like too. I like that as well because that means he's getting comfortable. You know what I mean? I like that thing. But Matt, of course, the biggest play was that three-pointer from that corner, baby, off of that pass from Nikola Vucevic. For that pass from the post, by the way, they doubled down, kicked it right over to him. Cash money, baby. Oh, it was beautiful to see. And who was the first one going up hugging on him? DeMar DeRozan, the first one to give him a big bear hug. It looked so adorable. It looked like he was just hugging his little, you know what I mean? Hugging his little brother or something, man. And he was just all smiles and everything. It was awesome, man. But Ayo, man, 13 points, 9 assists. Like, it's every game. He just does something amazing to just let you know he belongs not only on his team, but he belongs in this league.
And, not only has he been racking up these assists in this recent stretch of games where he's taken over that starting point guard role, but he's doing it while keeping his turnovers down. That is, I think, the most impressive part for a guy who's coming in as a rookie. And at the beginning of this season, his role was just spot rotational minutes. Now he's thrust in to a much larger role. This was a part of the column from NBC Sports Chicago talking about his rising star selection that came out just before tip-off tonight. In his last 9 games before the game against the Magic tonight, all of which he started, Dosunmu averaging 12.7 points, 6.2 assists, 5.1 boards, 1.3 steals in 37.6 minutes per game. 37 and a half minutes per game. That is a huge increase from what he was doing in his spot role to start the season when the Bulls were healthy. The fact that he has taken on this much larger of a role and all of his production has gone up, and the awareness, the confidence, the calm demeanor of a 22-year-old young man to also just minimize mistakes, especially in late game and close game scenarios. This was a close game scenario with Orlando. 115 with less than 6 minutes to go. And Ayo's out there not only knocking down a big corner three, but before that, just a smart decision to get a pump fake on his defender who closed out on him, take a couple steps in, and knock down like a 15, 17-footer that give the Bulls a little bit of breathing room. That's just one example of just smart basketball. And that is, I think, what Billy Donovan recognizes when Billy Donovan says something like this after the game about his rookie Ayo Dosunmu. Donovan, quote, "One thing that I love about Ayo is I think there's a bigger purpose and a bigger mission for him where it's not necessarily a play or a shot that he's playing for. He's playing for the team. He's playing to make guys around him better." And I think that is the thing that's hard to put into words, and Donovan did a pretty good job of it there, which is it's not just, one assist or one made bucket from Ayo. It's the fact that whenever he's out there, Bulls fans watching feel a little more comfortable and a little more at ease that there's somebody out there who's going to make the right basketball play every time down the floor, or he's going to make the right basketball play on the defensive end. And you're getting it from a rookie, and a rookie you straight up stole in the second round.
Fair exchange ain't no robbery, baby. They passed over him and kept passing over him. Wound up here in Chicago where I guess it was meant to be. Matt, it's just such a comfort level. I've talked several times on here about how not having Lonzo and Caruso are going to be a big deal, but how I also didn't flinch because I was like, oh, we got Ayo. And yeah, he'll be fine. He can run that point guard position because not only did I think that, he would be doing, what he's doing now, but it also means he's going to grow. He's going to get better at recognizing things, at seeing things on the floor, and him being put in those late game situations like he is invaluable stuff for him coming down the road. Because think about it. He's going to go back to the bench when Lonzo gets here. How much better is your bench about to be when Ayo is coming off your bench, man? How much better is that with him and Alex Caruso coming in the game? Think about that. With all this experience and all the things he's learning now, guarding the best player on the team, and if not the best player, the best guard on their team. He's guarding them and guarding them well. Now, if he's doing that, combining that with the skills that we're seeing that he has at the point guard position as far as the facilitating. Matt, did you see those no-look passes this dude was handing out tonight? Oh, my God.
The driving dishes he had tonight?
Oh, my God. I paused my television and I took a picture of the one that he gave Tyler Cook. I paused it. I wish I had a newspaper company because I would send it to them and say, print that on the front page right there. Whatever's on the front page, take it off. That's going on the front page. Because, man, it was the no-look that he gave him. And just Wagner just still standing there the entire time. The no-look bounce pass, the drop pass that he's giving guys. The way that he can include the big man is so awesome. And, of course, he got that from playing with Kofi Cockburn in Illinois. But now, man, Tyler Cook is a guy who thrives off of having a guard like that. Vooch now is like, oh my God, I got a point guard who can do this. I'm not used to this. This is easy. Just drop me the ball. I'll put it in. Thank you very much. He's making life better for everybody out there. Imagine what he's going to do for those guys coming off the bench, man. The possibilities are endless. But let me not get ahead of myself because, like I said, I tell everybody I'm focusing one game at a time. So I'm focusing right here on this game. Incredible job by that young man, Ayo.
Plenty of love for Ayo in the YouTube comments tonight. Colin saying, I love how he had the head fake step in for that jumper before hitting the three in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So much of what Ayo does just makes sense.
Yes.
Say my name, saying, it feels so good to flex my jersey when Ayo shot that dagger three at Orlando's face. Let's go Bulls. Jake saying, I have to remind myself to be shocked how good he is this young because he makes it look so casual. And I think that's the thing. That's the thing that we always come back to, Dave, is how calm and composed Ayo looks out there as a second-round pick rookie who's playing big minutes late in close games and looks like one of the most confident and composed guys on the floor. I mean, what an absolute steal for the Bulls. And like you said, hopefully, knock on wood, when you get some of these other backcourt guys healthy for the tail end of the regular season and then your playoff run, that is a weapon that you got coming off your bench. I mean, my goodness. Let's not get into right now because I'm
No.
I've seen it on Bulls. Well, when Lonzo goes back, should Ayo keep starting? We're not talking about that tonight.
You will not do this to us, Bulls. You will not do this. One game at a time.
Don't throw that chaos into the universe. Let's just appreciate and enjoy how good of a job he is doing in that starting role right now.
Put that evil on us, Wiki Bobby. Don't do it.
All right, we also have to talk about the performance from the Bulls bench tonight. More respectable than the last time these played about a week ago. Before we do that, though, Big Dave, tell the people about the deliciousness of those little things called Built Bars.
Do you hear how excited that man was? Do you know why? Because he understands the greatness of the Built Bar that is covered in 100% real chocolate. And you know what? It still has 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, 17 grams of protein. Compare that to any candy bar you want to find, y'all. 240 calories in a candy bar, 30 grams of sugar in that candy bar, dozens of net carbs in that candy bar. Don't do that. Get the Built Bar. But Dave, maybe I want a bunch of flavors in mine. I don't just want to eat that. I just want some more flavors. How about some coconut almond? Well, I really like that. Fine. How about raspberry? Well, how about cookies and cream? How about salted caramel? How about mint brownie? How about peanut butter brownie? Oh, you know what? Before you even say anything, my man Matt Peck is going to tell you what the flavor of the month is, Matt. Hit him.
White chocolate cookies and cream.
Pow! You felt that, and you know you love it. So go to built.com. Use that promo code LOCK15. Get yourself 15% off your order today. Built.com, LOCK15 is the promo code. Built Bar. Pow! Oh, I love that, brothers.
Oh, my goodness. Rolling along, bringing down the Bulls win over Orlando Tuesday night. When the Bulls got blown out by Orlando in the last game before the returns of Zach LaVine and Javonte Green, Big Dave, one of the big stories in that game is the Bulls bench got outscored 51-10. Bulls didn't even have a single point for their bench until midway through the third quarter, in fact. Tonight, a more respectable margin. Orlando still wins the bench battle 32-29 for the Bulls. And again, this is all knowing how shorthanded the Bulls are right now, and that maybe
Right.
some of these guys getting bench minutes won't be when this team is fully healthy down the stretch. Interesting thing I thought tonight, and then I'll kick it to you.
Sure.
You were hyped about a decent stretch of minutes from one Tony Bradley in the Bulls
Yeah, I was.
last game of the weekend, and I was sitting here saying, okay, Tony Bradley, one game. In this game, I think it's interesting. Billy Donovan starts with Tony Bradley, and Bradley plays 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then Donovan goes to Tyler Cook, who ends up playing 8 minutes in this game. And we've been talking about, based on matchups, do you want Bradley's size for this team that is so undersized? And Cook at 6'8" still gives you some size, and maybe in certain other elements to his game contributes in ways that Tony Bradley does not. What did you think about that from Donovan, looking at both of those guys in his rotation tonight?
I mean, I agree completely with the decision. Watching what he saw in Tony Bradley, he said, this matchup isn't working tonight. It isn't going like I want it to tonight. Let me go ahead and run with Tyler Cook. Oh snap, he's providing that energy that we need. He's switching on those defensive possessions. He's getting fouled and getting to the foul line. You know what I'm saying? How many times did he get there? 4 times? I believe he took 4 free throws tonight. Yeah, 2 or 4. That's fine. But he got there is what I like. And also throwing in 5 rebounds along with those 6 points. And those 6 points were easy. You know what I'm saying? Along with those 2 free throws, those other 2 were just easy. But Matt, it was more so the way he looked defensively for me. First of all, that block he had was awesome. That was a really awesome block. And also the block, was it Javonte Green that he had? Oh yeah, that was nasty. But the one Tyler Cook had was awesome. But I just like the fact, for me, Matt, that you have options. That it's not just, okay, we're putting in Bradley. That's all we got to go to. That's it. And hopefully he does okay. Or we're putting in Tyler Cook. He's a little undersized going up against this bigger team. Hopefully he could steal some minutes. No, he can pick and choose now with those 2 guys. That's a good thing to have that, because you're like, he's not working tonight. Let me go to him. This size matchup isn't working tonight. Let me go to him. I need some energy. I need a little jump shot. You know what I mean? I need something. You can pick and choose, mix and match with both of them. And I think Billy Donovan did a good job of that, showing you that he can do that tonight. You ride the hot hand. That is the key. Tony Bradley was hot last time. You rode him. Cook was hot this time. You rode him. You know what I'm saying? That's really all that is, man. And that thing is going to be a luxury coming down the stretch, especially in the playoffs when you're going to be playing these much bigger teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you in that I guess it's nice to have options. They're not ideal options. And again, we are now 9 days away from that trade deadline. We'll see if AK and Eversley make some kind of move to bolster this Bulls front court. In the time being, if you can survive with getting spot minutes from Bradley and or Cook off your bench while you're still overall, playing small for the most part, okay, just do something. Be some kind of net positive while you're out there.
Right.
Because we know the burden that's been put on this Bulls starting unit. Just from the sake of the amount of minutes. Like tonight, DeMar 37, Vooch 35, Zach 36, Ayo 36. Like you're playing your starters big minutes. You need something off your bench. And speaking of something off your bench, not a great night for Kobe shooting the ball, who bounced back from that recent mini slump. 4 of 12 tonight, including just 1 of 5 from downtown. But what I liked about Kobe tonight is it seemed like in multiple occasions when the Bulls had come up empty the last few times down the floor, needed a bucket, maybe late in the shot clock, whatever. There were multiple occasions where Kobe used his speed on the dribble, beat his man, and just laid the ball in the hoop. Like, we know that Kobe has that speed and that quickness to get to the rim. We've talked about his improved finishing numbers at the rim this season compared to seasons past. There were certain moments in this game tonight where I said, thank goodness for Kobe White, because he got them buckets in timely moments in the game when the Bulls needed a bucket. And he did it not by raining from 3, like I said, just 1 for 5. His buckets came inside, and it's nice to have that from Kobe.
Matt, this was one of my favorite games I saw him play from the point guard position. He played more point guard this game than I've seen him play in a while. And I really liked how he played so much. He had one play where you just flash back and say, I know what he would have done previously on that. But the one play I'm talking about, he got the ball, and I mean, he was full head of steam on his way inside, and they saw it coming, and they sent a double team at him. Kobe in the past would have kept going. He just would have kept going, dog, and let the chips fall where they may. You have to that, okay? This time, Matt, I saw him stop, process what they were doing, step back, call the play, go and score the bucket on the inside. I said, oh my God, yes, this is what I'm talking about. That's the thing I like that Kobe White is doing now. Is you see him thinking more on the floor. Like the game is slowing down for him. He's realizing I don't have to go 800 miles an hour. Now, sometimes he still does that. He reverts sometimes when they're losing and they just got to have it. I got to do it. I got to do it. But I liked watching how calm he was. He had 5 assists and only 1 turnover. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was handling the ball, but he was getting guys involved. He was looking for Vooch on the inside. I saw him. He was looking for him, trying to get him the ball. The wraparound pass he had was one of my favorite ones he gave to Tyler Cook on the inside. Because in the past, I would have seen Kobe go up on Mo Bamba and try to just, do something with that. He wrapped it around his back, gave it to Tyler Cook. Cook gets fouled, gets to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. He's doing little things now that I just really enjoy watching him do. And it's just great to have that luxury, like, from that position, because you're going to need all the help you can get from that point guard position, Matt, with Caruso and Lonzo being out. You can't just put it all on Ayo. You can't put it all on DeMar. We don't want Zach constantly handling the basketball. So you want to get some other guys in there that can really do it. We know Matty Legend, he's just there to shoot. You know what I'm saying? He's not there to handle no ball.
1 for 1 for 3 points
Did
tonight.
You see it? And it looked good too, right? It looked good, right?
it was a deep 3 from the top.
It was, man. That dude is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the ball, man. He be put. It's half court. If he's over half court, he's thinking about pulling it. And I like his mentality. Don't do it, but I like the mentality. That's Matty Legend. But yeah, man, I really just like what I'm seeing from Kobe White, especially tonight, Matt. Just being that kind of facilitator and that guy running the offense for the Bulls tonight. I thought he did a really excellent job.
So with this win tonight, meanwhile, the Raptors handed the Heat another loss. The Heat are dealing with some injuries themselves. This puts the Bulls back squarely in sole possession of the number 1 seed in the East. And those very same Raptors who just beat the Heat, Bulls have them on deck on Thursday. The Bulls did get a win over the Raptors last week, but that was one of those games where the Bulls looked like they had command of a game, and the wheels fell off a little bit down the stretch.
Good,
so
man.
we will see this.
Let me say the Raptors did the same thing to the Heat tonight because the Heat were killing them the entire game, man, and the Raptors came right back on them in the fourth.
I mean, dude, this Raptors team is coming. Look out. The Bulls now have to play them on their floor up in Toronto. And the Raptors, after that very slow start to the season and missing some key pieces, they are 26-23 and climbing those Eastern Conference standings, Dave.
They are.
So we'll see if the Bulls can keep this little win streak going here. Like we said before, you got to win these winnable games. Toronto, tough one. Certainly far from a guarantee, but a winnable game as the Bulls have bigger matchups against the Sixers and Suns a little further down the horizon. That's it for tonight. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us on YouTube Live. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the episode tonight. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Plus, you can always hit us up on that text and voicemail line 331-979-1369 and follow us on Twitter. I'm at Bulls_Peck. Dave is at BAWL Sports. Yeah, Locked on Bulls. Until next time, Bulls Nation. Appreciate you. See Red, be good. Peace out.